and Mother Blakes and Pastor Sam, Pastor Bob, they all came to us and said, we really want to do something in honor of our father and his legacy and supporting children in education.
Because it was really so important to him.
Yeah. And we said, hey, well, maybe we can put something together, going forward. And all of a sudden the committee got together and said, we're going to do it this year.
Right.
So we actually have a scholarship banquet. It's going to be on June the 24th. It's going to be at the Hyatt. And we are hoping that everyone will come out. It's a semi-formal event. We want you to put on your Sunday best, come out and walk the red carpet.
Well, how else will we get ready for him? You know what I'm saying?
and we're raising money to benefit students. And this year, we do have a deadline for the scholarship. It's coming up fast. It is May the 24th. I'm hoping every single high school senior who hears my voice, or a parent of anyone who knows a high school senior, tell them this information. You need to have at least a 2.5 or better to apply. We have 2 scholarships we're giving out.
Y'all, these aren't little bitty scholarships. Y'all know it is the end of the school year. Y'all know how hard it is to pay for, number one, to pay for tuition. And then when you get there, they're like, what? I got to pay for food and books and all of these other What if these scholarship could take that off the table for you? You know somebody who is in this situation. You need to be paying attention to this conversation and making sure that you reach out. So how can they go online and get this information?
They can go to www.rcblakescholar.com.
Repeat that for me, please. We like to say it twice because
Sure.
people out there are kind of slow with their pen and stuff.
Sure. www.rcblakescholar.com. And you can go there and you can actually apply online for the scholarship. And you're right.
What do you mean? I can go online right now on my phone? Because
Yes.
there's more people in the world with a phone than a toothbrush.
Yes.
So I can go online on my phone right now and apply for a student.
You can go on,
Or I can take this link and I can forward it to a student and say, fill this out because you need this money.
Absolutely.
Because it's tight around this joint.
So you have to be a senior now. You have to.
Yes,
you have to be. So you're graduating now.
You're graduating now, and you've been
clarification.
Yes.
and you've been accepted to a college. So we need to know that you're actually going to be going to college to use the funds.
Right.
And you were right. These are not small scholarships. We're giving away 2.
Right.
And one is $5,000 and one
Wow.
is $2,500.
Did y'all hear that?
And this follows you all 4 years.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I don't think they heard you. I think
OMG.
Right, I think you need to
That is
repeat
a
that.
OMG.
Please repeat that. Wait, what?
It's actually $5,000.
What, Ms.
You
Karen?
keep your grades up, meet the requirements. You get the $5,000 each year for 4 years,
Wow.
and you will have that to supplement your income and your ability to go to college. It
Are you online?
decreases your loan
I'm just letting you know that we have interns here
Exactly.
at WBOK, and we have one of our XU interns. XU, right?
UL.
UL, I am so sorry. Shout out to XU, but this is a UL intern on the board with me today, and we were talking about this scholarship, and y'all should have seen her mouth drop. She was like, "Really?" So, I'm sure any college student would love to take a $5,000 load off of their parents.
Any parents?
Every
every year.
Every year.
Y'all, this
Love
isn't
that
for 1 year. This is
opportunity.
for every year.
Yes.
So give me that website again on how they can go and get that information.
It's www.rcblakescholar.com.
And I just want you to know that I am going to be putting all of this information all day today on our social media platforms. So make sure you follow us at The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook, at TGL Radio Show on Instagram and Twitter, at TGL Radio Show, Instagram and Twitter, The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook. And you do not need to have Facebook. All you have to do is type it in. It will pop up. Go to my page and click the button. And we will have all of this information there as well.
As a wrap-up, I wanted to point out that at the banquet, which is on June 24th,
Yes.
starts at 7 o'clock at the Hyatt, we have gospel performing artist Anita Wilson performing. If you know the songs, God, Lord, You Make Me Speechless, you know that song, Speechless?
We're having a party.
We're going to have a party. We're going to have a praise party. We're going to have an opportunity for the women and the men to walk on their red carpets with a photographer. We're inviting high school students to come out and to listen to Calvin Mackey, who is a world-renowned motivational speaker.
We love Calvin.
We're going to have an awesome experience. We have Casey Ferran from WDSU, who's a member of New Home, who is our mistress of ceremony. So it's going to be an elegant event, and tickets are going fast. We're about half sold out. So if you're
Really?
interested, now's the time to get it. And you can go to that same website, rcblakescholar.com, and buy your tickets. You can go to that same website and make donations to our scholarship foundation so that we can continue to pay it forward to our young people.
And we talk about that on The Good Life all the time. The only way to move our community forward is to invest in our children. What a better way than to put your money where your mouth is, and make sure that you are investing in our children, because without us, our children have no future. And we always talk about the only difference between anyone is exposure, and it's what you expose them to. And it's the difference being able to go into this college, oh, well, look, my fees are too much and my books are too much. Well, they're giving you the opportunity. All you have to do is press the button. Literally, all you have to do is press the button. So give us that website one more time, please.
Sure. It's www.rcblakescholar.com.
I'm going to put our First Lady Blakes on the spot because it's a good life. I can't help but do that. It just is. Can you give us, because I'm sure you have so many fond memories of your husband, but can you give us, just one of the millions, because you had an intimate, you got to see intimate times with him. So is there one that touches your heart that maybe you can share with us today?
A memory that I have of him is how he loved people. He was a people person, and he just loved people. People knew him as the kissing preacher. If you were part of New Homes, I don't think you had you did. When you were a little girl, you did. You had an opportunity to see him and to meet him. But he was known as the kissing preacher because he just had so much love to give, and he spread it at every place he went. He would even surprise people that he would meet in the store or something. And sometimes women thought he was getting fresh, but no, he wasn't being fresh. He was just being lovable, because that was the person that he was, a very lovable person with a large personality.
Oh my goodness. I remember because I previous, when I was little, I was a member of St. Monica's Catholic Church, and my family would always go there at least maybe once a month for the end of your service. And number one, he'd always hug us and make us come to the front. And I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to walk to the front. But his presence and his voice, you could not help but just be in awe of him. You couldn't help but just be in awe of him.
One of the things I remember most is that he would say, "Yeah, baby."
And that was an affectionate
Right.
And as I said before,
I think both of your sons use it as well.
They do.
They definitely got that from him.
Yeah, we have some great memories about how he would talk to people and how he would surprise them with his hug or with his kiss. But everybody was baby.
Yeah.
Everybody was baby.
Yeah, I know. R.C. Bishop, almost elect. Everybody's his children and his babies. Oh, come on, my babies. Everybody's my babies.
Yes.
Do you have a memory as well?
Well, I just remember just him being larger than life. Walked in and just the spirit that just followed him, and being able to speak into someone's life. I was just astounded, just how mesmerized at how he just. You could just feel the Holy Spirit around him, and you knew that he was a man of God.
Absolutely.
And it was just so amazing to me, because you don't have that in all churches.
Right.
And I knew I was home when I got to New Home.
So, First Lady Blakes, how important is it for you that this scholarship program has been reinstilled in his name?
Oh, it means the world to me. These ladies really don't know how I felt when I got the message that they wanted to reestablish it. And right now, all I can do is express my gratitude to them, because it really means the world that his legacy lives on. His name is still, people are still hearing his name, and we're still doing things in his name. So even though he's not here, his spirit is still here, and it means the world to me.
And we absolutely feel it well, on Thursdays and Sundays when I'm at church, but you definitely feel it around the world, and through you, and obviously through your sons. What you all are doing as a church family at New Home Family Ministries is absolutely changing the world. So I want to thank you personally for allowing me to be there, and for everything that you do, because you reach people through radio and television as well. So I'm going to put a plug real quick there. How can they listen to y'all on radio and television?
Well, pastors are on, I think one is on WUPL and the other one is on WHNO at various times. WPL Saturday mornings.
And I will make sure I put all that information on our social media websites as well. So if you want to follow the ministry, if you're stuck in your house and can't get out, make sure you follow them. You can go to, I know it's R.C. Blake's and Samuel Blake's. They're on Periscope, Facebook,
Everything.
Instagram, Twitter. If you can't go to church, church can find you. So make sure you do that.
Yes.
But we really want to make sure that you really fill up this scholarship program, because giving to our generations to come is really important. So give us that website one more time on how they can, offer up their.
I will. You can go to www.rcblakescholar.com. We ask everyone to please go, please donate. If you can't attend in person, you can go, you can donate $5. You can donate $5,000. We love for sponsorship from companies, and Mother Blakes, you are a role model to us. You thank us, but we thank you for being who you are and doing what you do. And in honor of your husband, we're going to bless some children, and we thank you for leading the cause.
Thank you so much for carrying this on for us. God bless you.
And that is the good life. I don't have anything else to say. We will be right back. We're going to interrogate my co-host. This is the good life, y'all. Gumbo Talk will be right back.
Yeah, Calvin. Yeah, oh yeah,
Thank you for
no,
coming.
Calvin and I are very
Oh,
close.
yes.
Like, so my kids go to the Seminola every month, and
Oh yeah,
my kids
he
are like
comes
his
on
son.
here all the time. I mean, WBLK. He's been on my show before. I did a whole show on
on a
him.
proposal
But
together too
he
recently.
comes on WBLK to talk about
And we
stem
used to
cells
serve on
all the
boards
time.
together,
And
so I would
she actually works with him.
Calvin,
a couple of boards, huh?
Calvin?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just telling First Lady that he's like, me and him are like this. We're like on speed out all the time.
We hope you can come to
Oh yeah,
the
no,
banquet.
if I don't show up and I know Calvin is gonna be there,
You're going to hear about
oh Lord, oh Lord, he's gonna put me out blast.
Yes.
Post anything?
You know what? Yes, because I'm going to take pictures of it and put it online. That's how I'm going to do it.
it. Okay.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks so much.
You guys have another.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I told her anytime, and I want to do.
Okay, thank you.
I want to do something else before the event when it gets a little bit closer.
Okay.
So
We'll be sold out by then.
Yeah.
We'll have to open up the tickets.
yeah, I want to do something closer as well. And I'm going to put it on all of my Facebook stuff. And when I see I say it's your son, but it's weird because I grew up with them. They grew up with my sisters, and I was like always the young tag along. So I was the tag along.
My dad
So it
and
grew
my
up
husband
more
were
like
good
brothers than seeing them as something else. So now I'm like, he's my pastor now.
You never dreamed it would happen.
No, I sure didn't. But I listened to him. Trust me, I follow him on Periscope. I'll tell him stuff, and he was like, "You were listening?" I was like, "Yeah, you
This
don't
is
think I listen?"
Karen Carter Peterson.
Oh,
Yes.
Do you? Yes.
And quite as it's kept, they're my cousins, so imagine they're my pastor.
Oh wow! Yes, that's funny.
But all in the family.
Yeah. Can I get a pic? Oh, Lee, you want to do me a favor? You want to do me a favor? Can you take a picture of them on your phone, and then I can, and then you can text it to me so I can post it?
I love you.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
I was nothing but God. I'm not kidding. I was like, what am I going to talk about? I was like, let me just pray up and we'll figure it out.
Gentilly Italian Pie is home to the $5 family happy hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentilly Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentilly Italian Pie.
And then we will,
Modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TV. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax, have a drink.
that clip of the show and I'll see you on Wednesday.
The freshest and
And he'll email it.
Gentilly Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue is home where everybody knows your name.
Yeah, nice meeting you guys. Yeah, I'm actually gonna call Calvin when I leave here. Yeah, I'm gonna call him when I leave here.
Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try to find it. That's the
Oh, are you nervous?
I'm a
Argentina and Paris and
Are you
Monaco.
serious? I didn't know the other day that she told me that she just got used to being on swimming tickets. All these years?
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? With the same
Well, what I call alpine is like skiing
way to
and
instill
swimming.
discipline in the kids. Tiger Rod martial arts is the hands, taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rod diversifies your training in ways that allow individuals and fitness goals to feel like a champ. Join Tiger Rod today. TigerRodNola.com. 504-55969. That's 504-55969. For the 3-class starter pack, start for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn and succeed with Tiger Rod.
Good to see you,
Memory, respect, and clear. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skill, and protection.
Thank you.
504-55969. See you on the mat. I'm over 3 2. You got your car accident. Call 12:30 a.m. The People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind. We are back on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we are going to get all into the stew. But before we do that, I just want to remind you of the event that is taking place June 24th. That is at the Hyatt Regency. The ticket costs are $100. It is for Robert C. Blake Scholarship Fund. It is their banquet. And I just want to let you know that a percentage of your ticket donation will be tax deductible. And we really love that. So make sure you go online at rcblakescholar.com. That is rcblakescholar.com. And if you have a high school senior that has graduated and has been accepted to college and would like that little extra help with books, food, all of that stuff. Little. Exactly. All of that help you need. They have 2 scholarships, y'all.
Good size.
Yes,
right?
$2,500 and $5,000. Y'all hear that? 1, 2, 3,
For
4,
4
5.
years.
For 4 years. Not 1 year.
That's right.
4 years. So make sure you go online at rcblakescholar.com because you know your child needs it.
Let me tell you, I was just getting goosebumps just listening to the First Lady talk about the scholarship and what she's doing to carry out her husband's legacy. And it's just, it brought chills. It really did. It really did.
I'm going to have to bring y'all to church one day with me. Nobody likes to go to church with me because I go at 7:30.
Oh,
but it's all good.
A.M. or P.M.?
A.M. See, let me get Terry on this line. Terry, do you hear her?
Terry.
7:30 in the morning. Good morning. How are you? See? Yes.
That is, yeah. I Terry, the First Lady, was like sitting next to me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
You talking to me? Doesn't it feel like that? I feel like that every time. Girl,
That's scary.
That's why I go there. I'm like, he's speaking to me, but I need that.
I like those moments.
I need somebody talking to me.
That's right. Check in, right?
Yes, that's exactly.
Not talking to me directly, but talk. Yeah. Yeah. We need to put this on our calendar.
Yes.
We need to put this on our calendar. Yes.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They did.
Mm.
They sure did.
Mm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And guess what else we're going to make happen and dig deep? Getting to know you better. Terry, are you ready? You're first. What are you talking about? This is the get to know your co-host.
The older person go first.
I didn't say that, Terry. I didn't.
We can be bad here because they're not here today.
Exactly.
They can't do nothing to us.
Okay, let's see. Terry Guerin, you have been in your community as an activist for a long time, and I don't think people really necessarily know that about you. So what inspired you to get involved with your community? Was there, something that happened in your life? Was there, a point in time where you're like, I just can't sit back and watch anymore, I need to do something? And what was that?
Well, let me just say that I credit that to my mom, Mary Ann Carey, because when we were young, we grew up in New Orleans when there was no dirt, it was like the dirt road area, so many things done right. My mom, because it was 10 of us, would always accept
10?
challenge to get out
Yeah.
and work with the political
She
leaders.
squeezed that in, huh?
So that's where it started. It started with my mom saying, you gotta give back. And that's how we grew up, giving back. And that carried me into my adult years. And, some years ago, I was really, really, really involved in the community doing work not only in the church, but work with different organizations that sort of, spoke out from resident associations, making things happen in the community. And some political people came to me in 2009 to run for office. So I was doing. But I've been involved literally, when I tell you, all my life. I ran when I was in high school, ran for, even junior high, ran for, seats at school. Continued that, after I finished college, but have always been a person next to my parents saying that you have to give back. Always. And, my mom was an advocate for it. And so am I.
And you continue that, obviously, now we know that you've really been doing that all your life, since young. But you also do that, because you not just work at the courts, you also work very hand in hand with small businesses. And I don't know if, we talk about it sometimes here, and I know that that's something that you're very passionate about. How did you get so passionate about working with small businesses? And is that a part of your passion?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. It is part of my passion. In 1999, the company that I worked for, the oil company, left. And I went and, I'm like, I don't want to work for anybody else again. I want to work for myself. I had a computer science degree, decided to go out, and I landed my first contract as an entrepreneur with the post office, doing IT work. And brought some people in with me. And that was the beginning of being an entrepreneur. So back in 1999, when I decided to be an entrepreneur, my passion grew because I realized something. A, you work with yourself. B, you set the bar. C, you always shoot for excellence because you don't want to tarnish your company name because that's you built it. And then you look for quality in people to work for you, to put out quality work. So that turned into, this is how you land contracts, this is how you open a business. And it just sort of grew from there because I'm a talker. I like to invest in anybody.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing at that statement. I'm laughing because I'm agreeing with you.
You can tell that they're best friends.
I'm so glad that we're like a distance from each other, because if not, I probably got bruises all over my leg already.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're going to switch it a little bit from your work life to a little bit more of your home life, because you have 2 daughters. What did it look like raising 2 daughters, and what did you feel was the most important to instill in them as young women?
I wanted to instill they come to that look. First of all, I knew that God knows and have God in your life always. And, that's the person you turn to. But when you know you need something after you've given it to God, you come to me or your dad because we don't want you out anywhere else or anything else. You come to us. And I wanted to raise my daughters first, in the church, and I started bringing them when they were age 2 weeks old. But, everything you do, you life. So those are the values that I set with my daughters, making sure that they came to us first for anything, and you always let you know, let us know who your friends are and where you are. No matter what, even with our daughters, Liz is married, if she travels, let us know where you're going. So those are the values that I brought up with them. But we were, church on big, family on big knees, as they say. But I gave it to God first. That was the beginning and the end. Always.
And that's amazing because you've been able to keep such an open line of communication with your daughters, even as, they've, grown into, just like you said, adulthood and marriage and things like that. But, some parents aren't able to keep certain lines of communication open with their kids. So how were you able to do that with your two girls?
I always talked to them. I wasn't their friend. I was their mother, but I also became their advisor. They had to trust you. Children in this day and age, may not trust the mom in you or may not trust the parent in you, but they do trust and respect the advisor in you. So I take on the hat of parent. I'm never your friend. I'll be your advisor. I'm your parent. I'll be your advisor. I think sometimes when children don't feel like they can go to their parents for advice, and I'm not advice to school you, it's advice to direct you. And again, I'm going to go back and contribute that to my parents because my parents, when 10 of us advised us, and what we found is that they advised our friends, because if our friends were in trouble, they ran away, to the parents' house, and they would advise and call the parents and advise them as well. But you really have to advise kids because they're lost. You have to show them direction. And what I found from that is my daughter's girlfriends were, Miss Terry, who talked to me about what was going on. And look, to us, or to me, or to Kurt, for advice as how to proceed with whatever's going on. You have to be an advisor to your children. If not, you find their own paths and may not be the best choice.
I just dropped the mic on that one. And look, since you've referenced growing up with, I didn't know you were one of 10, Terry. See the things you learn when you interview your co-host?
Talk about me and my 6 kids.
I know.
I have 6 siblings.
You have a lot. Yeah.
And here's the kicker.
Oh my gosh.
My mom had a kid like every year or every
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year.
And
Yeah.
my mom did not work. My mom did not comb hair. My mom did not know how to cook. My mother did not know how to drive.
She just
My mother
carried.
did not know how to sew.
What?
My father, yes, my father taught us all about it.
Mhm.
And he would take us to Proud Summer there in the shop for material. And he taught us how to sew with the measuring tape, tape measure. So from sight, every newspaper.
Yeah.
But I can sew. Look at something and make it. But that's what he taught us. My mother didn't do, and my mom could not comb hair. My mom could not cook. When my dad died, she goes, oh my God, you died with the recipe. I'm like, what recipe? How to make coffee. I'm like, Mom, you don't know how to make your coffee? I'm like, he was one of those two-year-old dads.
Yeah.
Did you not?
So thanks to Dad, because Terry hems all my clothes for me.
Shout
So thank
out
God
to
for that.
Dad.
Thank God for that. 'Cause
Growing up in the family, Tim was great. My mom was very strict, but he, disciplinary, but not the way that you feared him. You respected him. And that's the key thing that parents have to realize. You can be the controlling parent that make your children walk a tightrope. It's fine. But at some point in time, you have to have your children respect you and fear you. Okay?
Terry, I'm about to drop the mic because here's the thing. You don't even know what you just said. We have been talking about this, or we talked about this on another show, and you literally just gave a short summary of that, of your upbringing, and how important that is for your children to respect you and not fear you. We were talking, like, just to give somebody, a quick example, this young man, brought a gun, and they were like, well, why'd you bring a gun? He's like, because I want them to respect me. No, you don't want them to respect you. You want them to fear you. And people get that line blurred so often, and I think we blur it with our children as well. And so what you said was really so profound, that you respected your parents and you didn't fear them. And that's really huge.
And the same for my children. I even go with kids and wanted them to respect us. And let me tell you, when our kids write to us and text us, we know that there's
Mhm.
coming to me for anything. And here's what, my motto in life is I've got daughters. Now, I don't want my daughters wanting any man for anything.
Mhm.
You come to mama.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You come to me. Oh, no, no, everybody from mama, you come to me. I don't want you on anybody else something you need.
That's right.
So, again, that brings in that respect. You respect what I said to them and you value that, come to me.
And I know Terry's
Hello.
daughters are very close to them. I admire their relationship, and I think it helps me to raise my kids as well. Because because Kirby and Kate are just, they could just talk to Terry and Kurt at any given time. And I definitely agree with Terry on not putting fear in our children, because when there's fear, and they're not going to share you their challenges at all, because they're terrified of telling you what happened and then what you would say or do.
You're going to
Right?
scold them.
Exactly, because they're going to make mistakes. So kudos to you and Kurt, Terry. You guys are like awesomest parents ever. So. Yeah. Yeah.
With that, look, inquiring minds want to know. You got a little bit of more information on Terry. And we're going to get a little bit more information on Cindy when we come back. This is The Good Life. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday. We are getting to know our co-host today. We'll be back with Cindy when we get right back. We'll be back, y'all. That was really cool.
I'm Dr. Eric Riggs.
I didn't know she was wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I learned something
They
about
got a large
everybody
family.
today.
Yeah, Lord, she has a large family. And I could never get all her siblings straight.
I put on hold.
I could never get her siblings on straight.
No, she has to give her 2 cents on Cindy. They're best friends.
Yeah.
She's gonna laugh at her at some point.
It's her payback time. Yeah, her siblings, I get mixed up all the time. And it was funny because Terry was in the hospital. She had like a TIA, I want to say like 8-9 years. Or maybe even right before Katrina, shortly after Katrina. And she was in the hospital bed, and the families were all there, so I happened to walk in, and she said, see, this is another thing right here. And I'm like, what? See, you and Terry, suicidal. I said, what are you talking about? See, you and your guys' work schedule? I said, we're not working right now. And see, Terry got his bus, and she had a laptop under the pillow. I said, well, why did you do that, man? That's why we got you. I said, you did it, not me, and I got you out. All the siblings was like, see, you and Terry, y'all just crazy people, working like alcoholic, and one day, Cindy, you're next. I just came and visit.
Right.
Let me just step outside for a second and come back in and let's redo this and get it right. Yeah, it was fun. That was funny. Oh, God. And Kurt was the leader of it. See, Terry and Cindy, they're bad. They're like workaholics. They actually got much better. A little bit.
As much as you can be.
Yeah.
But at least you have somebody to do it with. That makes it more fun.
Oh, I know her. So, but yeah.
I think I just found my workaholic friend. I needed a workaholic friend. Like, I'm not going to say I need a workaholic friend. I needed...
help you balance everything, too.
Yeah, because she's not a workaholic. But we want to do something together that's going to create more work, but it's good. So, and it's so funny. This is partially what I want to talk about, so I'll give it to you. Well, we got 1 minute. Remember we went to youth radio?
Yeah.
Did you ever move forward on something like that with anybody?
Well, Kim kind of did. So he's at Pseudo now. Yeah, so, but I haven't. He kind of took it, and I think he's doing it more like entrepreneur/training, but not to the magnitude of youth radio.
Okay. So, that's the color gallery. Okay. And we are starting it's a nonprofit, and she helps, where is the thing? I don't have it printed out. She helps underprivileged kids through art therapy, raise their emotions, and, do stuff like that. She works out of a couple schools, but mainly Clark right now. So we are partnering to do a 2 4-week summer camps. Speaking of her, I was just telling her about it.
So here's what I'm thinking. What if we get a bunch of kids and we have the kids do the whole commercial?
We can do that.
Wouldn't that be like way
Yeah.
cuter? And then we
You
do
want to
like
use my
film
kids
them live?
in the summer? I would have 75 teens, ages 13 to 15, and probably about 25, because we have a career cluster, and journalism, radio talks is part of our career cluster.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
We have to see how many can we take in a session. Because we have to get each child sponsored, and that's also what we're doing right now.
Trying to get sponsorship for the kids. I mean, realistically, we
Because
can
we're
take
doing it
8 to
here.
10 per adult. But we also want to talk about like the space
Right, house
aspect.
space, right.
And then another artist did volunteer. One of the teachers at Lake Area, he's volunteered to come in this summer and teach them graphics. So
Oh,
we got to figure out
How to
how
do it, yeah.
to do that, because
when I get off.
what are we going to give them, all iPads?
Oh, that's
And
true.
where would you do it?
Where would we do it?
Well, they
If you do
said
it at
we
my,
can
if you
use-
do it at my center, I have 10 computers.
We could extend it. We could do the graphic aspect.
I have 10 computers.
But we have to figure out how to get them from here to there, because part of it is going to be here.
Kids already signed up. I have kids at my couple. I
See,
have.
this is why we have to talk, because here's the
Maybe
thing.
we could share-
This
maybe we
isn't
share
just.
tips.
I know, because
And
this
then-
isn't
I'll
just.
be happy to share the kids.
Isn't
I'm
just-
older.
This isn't just
Rented them
a,
for the summer.
this isn't just a. We're kind of doing it as a 8-week thing, 2 sessions, but like kind of related to the show of mentors coming and teaching about money, relationships, and that with every show. But they're researching how to make the show. And so at the culmination of the 4 weeks, they're going to do their own show, and they're going to interview the sponsors with little clips that are going to put on the website. But that's them learning how to interview to do live interviews.
Yeah.
But
So
that's where the graphic part would come
Right.
in, because then they're making their own commercials and they're making their own social media stuff. And
right.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Remember IWK, the nonprofit, and have it a learning radio station as well as a community one.
Oh, they have a nonprofit for
She does. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we are here to get in the stew. We just had Terry Guerin, and we got all of her information. Number one, Terry, I didn't know you were one of 10.
Again.
I had no idea, and I know our listeners had no idea. I didn't know that you had been so active in the community since birth, basically, and you know all of the seriously all of the things that you had been doing in the community, and you know the relationship and that you have with your husband and your daughters, and the way that you were able to keep those lines of communication open. You know, not just through their teenage years, but through their adult years. And that respect relationship that you had and that you explained, and the difference between respect and fear, that was monumental for me. I just dropped the mic. I didn't really say anything else. I was like, thank you, Terry.
Oh, and I'm sure Eileen, you do the same with your son.
I try.
You know, because from what you say about the relationship that you guys have is very close.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that you do, the accomplishments that you have, that's for you. Because he does not want to disappoint you. That's why he does well. That's why he does all the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't understand why, parents do things like, there was a parent that gave a 13-year-old gun.
What?
Yeah, that's some crazy, yeah.
So you have to look at, the values that the parents bring to the children, the upbringing, bringing them up. And they didn't have those values that you taught them. I mean,
Exactly.
so, if you beat on your spouse, you're going to go up and
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
what you bring to the table with your son is why you come to the life that he has. And Cindy will be getting ready to know.
Cindy, are you ready to be on the hot seat?
I'm ready.
It is your turn. I know, and I'm really excited about this because, growing up in New Orleans, I had heard your name here, there, and everywhere. And it's just funny how, seriously, and it's funny how
I'm
life
not that
goes
older than you.
You look, no, I'm just kidding. No, but I'd heard your name and how instrumental you had been in different activities, but really getting to know you, like I see it's your purpose. It's your passion, but it's your purpose. Like, you were chosen to do what you do, because where you get all the energy to, like, all of these boards, and y'all, she's not just sitting on a board to be on a board. She is actively involved in everything she does. She is when you talk about someone who has the pulse of the community and knows what's going on and, like, cares about the kids. I mean, she cares about the adults and everything, but she's like, the kids are our future, and if I want to change a generation, I'm going to start with the children. So, how did you get bitten by the bug? Was it a family thing? There was a time in your life where the switch just, turned on? How did you get involved in community work? Because not everybody is made for it. Not everybody wants to do it. Some people run from it.
Yeah, well, growing up, I was not made for community work. I was a rebel. So I think some of you guys know my story when I was young. Mm-hmm. So really quick.
Tell us.
Yeah, so I got kicked out of 2 convents, one in Texas, one in Milwaukee, and then left New Orleans, and then I found myself in Iowa, in Monticello, Iowa, where I straightened up and still didn't think that I was going to do community work. But coming back in 1998 back to New Orleans, I saw the community was so disconnected. I was a single mom at that time. Serena was about 4-year-old. And I guess for me was that I wanted to do something but didn't know what to. But I needed a JOB.
Right.
Honestly, I needed a JOB just to take care of my daughter. And I found myself in nonprofits. And I honestly have to say I did not grow up thinking that I would run a community center. I was supposed to be an industrial social worker working in corporate America. But when I came back to New Orleans, I fell in love with the city again. And particularly my community, seeing that we were still, at that time, been to America for over 20 years and still very isolated. But we were surviving, but I felt like we can do more.
You can thrive.
Exactly, right. And so I wanted to somehow build that invisible bridge for people to cross over back and forth for help. And so that's how I kind of got into it. Of course, all the support from my parents, because my parents always thought that, I have potential, but because I was so into so many other radical stuff, I was like, yeah, right.
You know what? I think we have kindred spirits.
Really?
We're kindred.
But you know what? I really feel like because of that made me who I am today. Because I'm a very fun person. And if I didn't go through all of that, I'll probably like really Cindy Boring Win. Right? Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But just like you said, those lessons made you the person you are today. And if you had never learned them, you wouldn't be the same person. You couldn't be. But how have those lessons helped shape the advice that you give the kids that you work with every day?
Oh God, I would tell the kids, been it, done it, know it, don't do it. But honestly, I share my story with the kids, with my children, and I said, listen, you have to make that decision. Sometimes, as a kid, we just got to fall down. But I'm here for you. I'm going to pull you up. Because I remember growing up when my mother or my dad would say, don't do it. I did it, Anyway, because I was that radical. But then if I didn't fall down, I would not figure out the lesson. Right? And so as much now that I'm a parent, as much as I want to make sure that there's no scar on my kids or with the children in the community, but sometimes you got to let them fall down a little bit. But be there for them.
Right.
Be there openly, non-biased, and don't be there to say, I told you so. Because there's kids that don't want to hear that. Because I remember, I hated when my parents told me that. And I kept falling until it's my time that this is where, I learned the lesson now.
Right.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it's just, it shapes, for me it's culturally as well, because I had to kind of find who I am.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so, I was born in Vietnam, came over when I was 5 years old, and at one, just trying to figure out, it's like, okay, I'm Vietnamese, but I'm raising American-born children.
How is that? How is the difference, finding the balance between the Vietnamese culture and the American culture, and, kind of sticking hold to the values, but still, I guess letting them breathe a little bit, but not really.
Correct, yeah. So it depends on day-to-day, issue by issue. But I've learned through Serena, who's now 23 years old, now that she still has 5 more siblings, just to kind of sit back and observe and let it process. You know, I was really quick to make a decision with Serena, didn't really allow her to participate. And, you know, I'm so glad that Serena is now a young woman that, you know, have shared with me. And I've been very blessed as well, because culturally, Vietnamese people, we don't like sit down and have kumbaya conversation. You know, we're provider. My parents have always been provider. I remember growing up, you know, touching, hugging was not part of our culture. Not that they didn't love me, but my dad would just, he
didn't get it, so he didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And really quick story, when I was in going to school in Milwaukee, coming home from the convent sophomore year, I came back to New Orleans, and I'm the coolest girl in the convent, right?
Of course.
Of course. And then I brought some of my girls from other states. And I was like, yeah, let's come down to New Orleans to hang out. And so we flew into New Orleans, and we were walking down. At that time, they would allow your guests to meet you at the gate. So we're walking down the alley, right? Here, this funny-looking Vietnamese guy running toward us. I hadn't seen my dad for like a couple months. And my girl's like, who is that funny-looking guy? And then I was like, oh, shucks, that's my dad. I said, oh, Lord, he is. I was like, what is he doing? Because I didn't recognize his movement. And he ran up and ran up. I was like, oh, shit, he is going to hug me. He's going to hug me. I said, no, can't do that, can't do that. And anyway, but he just grabbed onto me, which I was kind of like, this is a weird moment. But it was just, you know, affectionate was very limited when I was growing up. But we have a tremendous affectionate in my family now. The girls, we hug all the time. The boys, we hug all the time. You know, we kids, we talk all the time on all sorts of issues. And I try to, I think, balance that out. But then I also make sure that my children recognize that their parents are Vietnamese American. That the Vietnamese come first. And that the American part is part of our culture now. But when there's tradition in the family, when it comes to the Vietnamese culture, we're going to honor it, even though we're not back in Vietnam. Yeah.
Is there a favorite tradition that your family has that you continue to? Well, obviously you continue it to this day as a tradition, but is there a favorite tradition that you have?
Eat at my parents' house every day.
Okay, give us a little about that.
So my parents still cook for us to eat. They've always cooked for us. So they cook for my families, which I have 8. My sister, who has 3 kids, and my other sister that has 2 kids. My mom cooks every day for us, Monday through Sunday. So when I go to work, I just have to pick up my kid, or I scoop up my kids and go to my parents' house, have dinner with them. So it's kind of like a moment for us to kind of connect with them, since we're so busy working all the time.
But I'm listening to that, and we're making jokes about that. But think about if our families ate together every day. How much of a closer-knit community we would have. And if someone is having a bad day or something's going wrong, you know immediately. And if there's someone there that can help them, they get an immediate response to a need.
Yeah.
So it's not something that they get secluded and you don't see them for a couple months. You're like, oh, well, what's wrong with uncle whoever, aunt whatever. If you don't see them for 2 weeks, you're like, something's wrong with them. I'm going to reach out.
My dad would call me and goes, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, I've just been really busy. And I'm the one that he always call. My kids go in there. He's like, well, can you send a message to your mother, my daughter, that I haven't seen? And my kids will come up and go, your dad say you haven't been in there. But another tradition that we always do is during our Tet New Year, Vietnamese New Year, where we, bring gifts to my parents for appreciation for them being here with us. And so we still do that. We've been in America for 41 years now, and we continue that tradition every year during Tet.
I know we have like 1 minute or a minute and 30 seconds left, and I really want to ask you this quick, because you touched on it on a show maybe last year or something, but how the Vietnamese community supports each other with their businesses. Yes. Can you give us a short snippet of that?
So, we have community lending. We all pitch in. Be a group of people pitching their money together, and they do community lending, support each other's business. You guys also heard here that we support our family member to start up a business, and we don't need no paperwork. My parents still leave money under their mattress. When we need, and I remember growing up, my grandparents always had money we needed to start something. And so, and I'm very blessed by that, even though they've been gone for several years, but just their doing demonstrate to us that, that as family you should trust and help each other. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's family members that have ripped each other off, but we're not going to sweat over that issue. The most important thing is to continue to support your family and help them change and improve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
And that is the good life.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but what we can learn from listening to each other and appreciating other people's cultures rather than, always tearing people down.
Yeah.
And that's what the good life is all about. We open people's minds to living differently in the world. We redefine exactly what the good life is. And, she learned from her American culture when they moved over here, 20 years?
41 years.
41 years ago now. They learned a little bit more of, physical touch and how much that can mean to your family.
Yep.
But what we can learn from you is how community engagement and, financially helping each other's business grow can help our entire community grow. So y'all open your minds living differently in the world. We dug into a little bit of Terry and a little
So
bit
next
of
week we're going to
Cindy.
get to interview you.
Well, here's the deal. Tomorrow,
Right, Terry?
O.T. Thomas is going to interview me live.
Oh.
So I'm going to be on the hot seat. I don't know how this is going to go. Obviously, I can't prep for it. So we'll see. We'll see what he digs into. This is The Good Life. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow for my interview. We're getting to know The Good Life this week. See y'all tomorrow.
Want to put this in?
Hi.
And just to get a smell. Just get a sniff. Sniff.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes, ma'am.